Grounding helps you settle. Rootedness helps you endure and grow. Grounding has become a meaningful rhythm in my mornings, standing outside as the sun rises, feeling my feet planted on the earth, my eyes looking up toward the light. There's just something about that posture, feet grounded, eyes looking up, that brings me back to what's true. It helps me welcome and settle into the day, but it also reminds me of something deeper, that beneath what I can see, beneath what's already beginning to stir, there's a hidden work happening. And that's where rootedness begins. Mornings are my favorite, and the moments might not look like much, but they matter. I'm reminded that being rooted is rarely dramatic. It's not loud. It's not rushed. It doesn't announce itself. Rootedness forms in these quiet, repeated moments, the ones we return to day after day. Just like roots beneath the soil, most of what sustains us is happening slowly, out of sight. In winter, when the surface looks still, this is where the real work is happening. Roots drawing nourishment, storing what will be needed later, holding steady through the cold. And I'm learning that my life isn't so different. What I reach for in the morning, what I return to before the day asks anything of me, those are the places my roots are growing. The Message Bible is one of my favorite versions to read from, especially in the morning. Not when I'm looking to do in-depth study or research, but when I want to be with the words. This Bible has lived some life with me, obviously. It's worn, it's marked. It's been opened in moments of joy and in seasons full of questions. And I keep coming back to it, not just for answers, but for grounding, for remembering what's true beneath everything else. I've learned that being rooted isn't about doing what appears right. It's about returning again and again to the source of all life. I have a few different journals, but I do like to start off my week with my winter seasonal journal. And sometimes that seems a little funny to me since I wrote it, but these seasonal journals, they naturally came out of the seasonal rhythm that I had found so much life in through the years. I, like you, often need the reminder that life is seasons and that there is goodness and beauty to be found in each one, even in the midst of a winter season when trees appear lifeless above ground. I need to be reminded that the most vital work is happening where no one can see. Beneath the frozen soil, there's a deep, hidden network of roots, anchoring, nourishing, storing energy for what's to come. These underground pathways draw sustenance from the earth. They hold what will be needed for spring. They even connect with other trees, sharing resources through the hardest seasons. Being rooted is more than survival. It's the foundation for thriving. While the world may feel harsh or barren, deep roots draw from sources that weather cannot touch. A tree with deep roots can bend without breaking. It can endure drought because it reaches water far below the surface. It can stand firm in storms because it's anchored to something solid. And I think there's something here for us. In our spiritual lives, being rooted means drawing our identity, our strength, and our nourishment from places deeper than circumstances, more reliable than emotions, and more enduring than external validation. Our roots sink into the love of God, into the truth of His Word, into relationships and community that sustain us when our own strength feels weary. Winter has a way of inviting us into this deeper rooting, because winter often strips away the surface supports we've relied on. And in those seasons, we begin to see, have we been living from our leaves, the visible, productive, temporary parts of life? Or have we been living from our roots, the hidden, quiet sources of lasting strength? And if we want to be honest, I think we've overcomplicated what it means to be rooted. There are so many opinions, so many systems, so many resources and programs telling us how to get there. And some of them are good. Yet no matter how good anything is, the simple truth is this: we need to be rooted in relationship with God. And relationship takes time. It's nurtured. It matures through seasons, easy ones and hard ones. And here's what I want you to hear. The way your relationship with God grows and takes root may look completely different than the way it looks in my life. And that's not just okay, that's beautiful. There's nothing life-giving about a system that isn't actually bringing life to you. If something feels like going through the motions, if it's draining instead of filling you, maybe it's not meant for you in this season. Your Creator longs for relationship with you specifically. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's. The way God speaks to you may be different than how He speaks to me. Just like the way I communicate with my husband or my children is different than how you communicate with the people in your life. We're all unique, and our God meets us uniquely. Being rooted isn't about doing it right or following someone else's formula. It's about sinking your roots deep into the relationship you were created for, in whatever way brings life to your soul. And winter, in all its quiet and hidden work, is often where those roots grow deepest. As winter invites us beneath the surface, it also invites us to pay attention to our roots. Examining our root system requires honesty about where we draw our strength, what truly nourishes us, and whether what we're anchored to can sustain us through harder seasons. Being rooted in God means more than knowing about Him. It means drawing our very life from our connection with Him. So as you slow down here, as you sit with the quiet, you might begin to prayerfully ask, what am I rooted in? Where do I draw my strength, my identity, my sense of worth? And where might God be inviting me to sink deeper roots into His love and His truth? You don't have to rush these questions. Let them meet you gently. Sometimes the deepest work is happening quietly, right where no one else can see.